So the knives are already out for Reform's new councillors, and to be honest with you, I think Farage is going to buckle, as he does every goddamn time when the left start attacking one of his men. He's just like, you know what? Under the bus you go. It's just not worth my time to defend you, because honestly, he's done this over and over and over. I mean, Bo and Dan were literally deselected on not even grounds this contentious, actually. Dan had said, look, I think the illegals need to be deported. And Bo had said, look, I think the illegals need to be deported. And also he made a joke about Scotland. And both of these positions, not the joke about Scotland, but the deporting, ended up in the Reform Manifesto. And yet they were still deselected and kicked out. So I don't see how Nigel's going to be able to justify defending this guy, even though he's done nothing wrong, just to be clear. I mean, you might be looking at this headline going, my God, he supports Hitler, because that's what they're trying to make you think. Calls to suspend councillor over quote-unquote Hitler post. Right. So someone has said Hitler, and we quote-unquote it to imply that what he's doing is praising Adolf Hitler. So, folks, let's have a little thing. Post in the comments, do you think he was praising Hitler? Post 1 for yes and 2 for no. Because obviously he wasn't. This is so deceptive. It just drives me bonkers. I hate the nature of the discourse that we allow the media and the rival politicians to do, and it's so pathetic. And I swear to God, Nigel, if he absolutely bends the knee on this, I'm actually going to be really, really angry. It just really infuriates me, right? So, 2 Labour MPs, right? Don't worry about what they have to say then. They've called for a reform to suspend one of its newly elected councillors, right? It's just purely political. It's purely tactical. They just want him gone because he is not them and he is a rival to them, and they're eating their lunch and they're worried about Reform taking over. So anything they can do to chip away at Reform's strength is what they're doing. That's all this is. Just ignore it. Move on. Don't deselect him, Nigel. Jesus Christ. But I love this. After its newly elected councillors, after a photo of Adolf Hitler was shared on his official Facebook page. Oh, my God. We all know that you can't share a photo of Hitler, which is why the History Channel was banned. Like, showing pictures of Hitler is not endorsement of Hitler. That doesn't mean, oh, you put a photo of Hitler up, well, he must love Hitler then. That's why every history book in the world is just pro-Hitler apologia. That's all it is. This is pathetic. Absolutely pathetic and shameful from Angela Ferguson of the BBC. I mean, I don't expect anything more of the BBC, obviously, but it's absolutely shameful. This is pathetic. Frankly, this guy should sue you for trying to make people think that he is in favour of Adolf Hitler, because the way you write it is very clever, but look, he just shared a photo of Adolf Hitler on his official Facebook page. So what? If I put up a picture of Winston Churchill versus Adolf Hitler with a British flag and a Nazi flag and was like, you know, come on, Winston, we're going to win, then I'd be sharing a photo of Adolf Hitler. But it wouldn't be support of Adolf Hitler, would it? You liars. You just congenital liars. I'm so tired of them, right? So Hindbad MP Sarah Smith and Blackpool MP South Chris Webb shared a screen grab of a post and were like, during this country's V-Day anniversary, he deemed it appropriate. Yeah, to post a picture of Hitler. It wasn't, I love Hitler, Hitler's my best buddy, was it? The BBC has approached Hitler, who told Sky News, we didn't mean any disrespect, because we'll see why in a minute. And they've asked Reform UK for a response. Reform UK are probably literally about to put the guy into a cannon and launch him into the fucking sun. But anyway, so he represents Accrington North. He's a newly elected one. And I'm gonna skip, like, just literally, like, 10 paragraphs down, we finally get a description of the picture and you see exactly the point. But I will get to that in a minute, right? So, responding on Facebook, Smith said she wanted Reform UK leader Nigel Farage to immediately suspend the councillor and for him to publicly apologise. No way. No way would I publicly apologise for what he's posted, because he has done absolutely nothing wrong here. During this country's V-Day anniversary week, he deemed the below post appropriate. Sorry, you're in the Labour Party. You are literally the party that began the betrayal of this country. And you are now still in charge, betraying us every single day. You don't get to stand on the step of patriotism. You do not get to get on that soapbox and say, we're the patriots. You are not the patriots. You are traitors. You can shut the hell up. I would never take a lecture on patriotism from someone in the Labour Party, right? If you had any regard for this country's traditions, don't even try. You are a member of the Labour Party. You are the party of Islam and foreigners. You do not have respect for this country's traditions. You are currently engaging in a slow motion French Revolution in this country, and you don't even have the wit to understand that that's what you're doing. Don't give me this BS. Just, he would not be downplaying Hitler's attempts to invade Britain to score political points. He's not. He's not downplaying anything. He's mocking you. He's mocking you for basically being uber Nazis. But we'll get to it in a minute. Fellow Labour MP Webb said he was appalled by, I'm so appalled. Blah, 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 blah. Sorry, wasn't one of your MPs recently suspended for punching the crap out of a constituent? I'm not appalled. I don't care what you're appalled by. Your party is appalling. You're a bunch of traitors. You literally are the worst we have, and somehow you're in government. I'm not having this. I am not having this. Oh, it's affront to the values we hold dear as Lancastrians as a nation. No, British values were invented in 1997, and it's just liberalism, you'll be shocked to hear. No, I'm not a liberal, and therefore I don't subscribe to your liberal British values, and yet I'm still an Englishman, I'm still British, and so were my ancestors. Like, I'm going to have ancestors that go back in this country for thousands of years, none of whom were liberals. Right? Way back before liberalism was even a thing, which came about in the 19th century, they were all still British, even if they didn't hold the values. So the values are not what make people British. Being British, having a British lineage, is what makes you British. So shut the hell up. Your values are treacherous. Your values are anyone who comes here is just as British as someone whose lineage goes back to Cheddar Man. I don't believe it. I don't buy it. You are traitors. I'm not having it. I don't know how much more clear I can make this, right? It's a flagrant violation of the Council Code of Conduct. No, it's not. It's obviously not, right? There is no room for hate or extremism in our political discourse. You think some women have penises. Like, if that's not an extreme position that's not borne out by the facts, then I don't know what is. Like, you are pro-mass immigration. That is an extremist position. You think that when someone breaks into this country, the British public are obligated to pay for them to live in a hotel and give them spending money? That's an extremist position. Right? So, let's see what the meme was. It featured a picture of Hitler looking at a map and was overlaid with the words, "Why don't we invade them slowly, a few men at a time in small boats?" And the accompanying text read, "Let's be grateful this idea was never put to him, or the world as we know it might be a whole lot different." Right, so the meme is this. Don't be stupid, that will never work. As in, the Germans are trying to invade Britain, and of course the British Navy is going to stop them. But if you do it slowly, small number at a time, the British Navy doesn't stop you. As we have learned through Labour and Tories' small boats invasion, yeah, that's possible. And you can get 200,000 young men in this country paid for at our expense. And that's true. This is not pro-Nazi. This is anti-Labour, anti-conservative, anti-the Channel invasion. This is saying Hitler is a bad guy and is trying to get into our country, and we stopped him, and he was just trying the wrong way. If he tried a different way, we'd have let him. And this is what the text is. Let's be grateful this idea was never put to him, or the world might, as we know it, might be a whole lot different. That's I don't want the Nazis to win, and I'm glad they didn't post. You absolute liars. You total liars. Just so unbelievably dishonest. And again, taking lectures on patriotism from Labour, just never in a million years do you take any lectures on patriotism from Labour. They're completely evil. And this is utterly frivolous. This is not an insult to the troops. This is not someone professing support of Adolf Hitler. What this is a person saying, basically, I'm glad the Nazis didn't win. And I honestly feel at the moment like there is something terrible happening in the country that would be akin to as if they had won. And I would like to change that, which I assume is why this chap has joined Reform, because he sees this as the best vector to get back to a form of patriotic politics that he can actually stand behind. Unlike, of course, Labour's continual treachery, continual selling out of the country, continual revolutionising of the country. Like, people are joining Reform, and like I don't want to talk about Farage for a moment. The people who join Reform, I know lots of them. Lots and lots and lots of them. And they're all really good people. They're all just dyed-in-the-wool, normal patriots who are just completely normal. And they're just like, yeah, so why are we allowing this to happen to our country again? I think I feel I have to do something. And Reform seemed like the best, most clear option for something to be done at least in the immediate future. And so that's what they're doing. Nigel Farage is probably going to throw this guy under the bus, which is honestly, in my opinion, is totally unacceptable. If Farage kicks him out over this, I mean, that's pathetic. Because there's no way this is going to be tanking reform in the polls, right? There's going to do no damage to reform. Nobody's going to care. And if Nigel Farage comes out and goes on the attack, everyone will be on Nigel Farage's side on this, which is what I would do were I Farage. He absolutely should do this. Come out on the attack and be like, look, I don't take lectures from Labour on patriotism or anything. And when someone mocks you using a meme of Hitler, maybe that's a reflection on you. Maybe you should sit down and go, why is it they can use Hitler to mock us, saying that we are like Hitler, in fact, we are doing better than Hitler in the invasion of Britain? Why are we on the side of Hitler and not on the side of Britain? That's what they should be asking themselves. That's what I would be turning this around onto them and just going hell for leather, because they are a bunch of traitors. And like I said, just don't have it. Just do not have it.